Hello, hello. I'm one half of your host, the evil Tyrone. I've taken over Scream King's headquarters over here with my buddy Tamon Kane. But how you feeling tonight, Tamon?
I'm feeling really, really good. Welcome to Scream King's headquarters, CEO.
Yes, yes, I love it. Now we're here, with another episode to break down, from MGM pluses, which is where it is right now. You can check out all three seasons. Well, all two seasons. We're on the third one right now. And we're on episode three. They kicked us off nicely with this season, with some
Mhm.
with some shocking, very shocking moments. But right now we're getting into a little bit of history and things like that. So, how are you feeling about the season so far, Tamar?
You know what? They're giving us all the exposition that we need, and they are feeding us so much this season.
Yes.
I don't know what else to say about it. Every episode, something better gets released. This episode was a little different for me. However, it was still great. But this season, it's just off to the races. What about you? How you
Okay.
feeling?
You know what? I'm loving it. I'm loving the writing, I'm loving the production, I'm
Yeah.
loving the direction that the characters are going in,
Mhm.
especially this episode. I have no complaints about it, besides Midge, just some decisions that Midge has been making. But are we or do we have a drinking word tonight? Did you
I,
did you pick out a word tonight?
you know what? I think we have been doing so great with Jim being the drinking word that he should just be our drinking game because the only way we can
Okay.
deal with this fool is if we drinking.
Okay. Okay. I get it. I get
Hello,
it.
in love with horror. Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Yes, yes. Thank Christy in the building. In the building. Shout out to
Hey,
AJ. In Love or Horror. If y'all not checked them out yet, they've got an awesome podcast going on. Amongst other things, going on. They're awesome. They're
oh yeah,
awesome.
we love it.
Yes, yes. Now, Jim, is the topic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, the last episode, ended with a little phone call, and we were like, "Oh, what's what's going on here?" So we revisit that, in this episode. So, how did you feel? Like, what do you think's going on with this phone call, Tamar?
I really, I want to care, but I don't care because this has to do with Jim. We deserve this. I don't want to care. But I do like the how the voice over the phone was talking shit to him. It was like, you shouldn't let Ethan and Julie play so close to dark. Just messing with his brain, like he's a parent just to begin with. Like he's just the best parent. So now he just want to go and take care of. We took a drink. I don't know. I want to care, but I don't. But I'm sure it's gonna be the entity playing with him or something. What about you? How you feeling about it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Like I think it's gonna like turn out to be like an entity playing with them, trying to manipulate, the situation, especially it's very like he's of course he's never made like the fully right decisions, but you place a man in the position that he is where, he doesn't know what's going on with his wife, and then his kids are, cursing him out and all this stuff. So it's like then you get phone calls from potentially dead, spirits or, ancient beings. It's like you don't know what the hell is I think he's I mean, I don't like Midge, but he's having a hell of a time. Like I can empathize a little bit, a tiny bit. He's having a hell of a time.
Just a little bit, right? Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I mean, his wife is gone. His kids don't give a shit about him. Nobody cares. Buenas noches, Ernesto.
Yes, Ernesto. Shout out to Ernesto. Yes. Christy says I hated that he didn't tell Boyd what happened.
Again, he'll tell Randall though.
Yeah, problematic, you know. But
So, but I do like how they're doing it again. How this episode picked up exactly where we left off with the phone
yes.
call with Midge. with the phone call with Midge, and wait, no, yeah, that's when he was telling him that he's not his son, and I enjoyed the entire conversation. Now, I do get why he was upset. Like he was like, "Let me go get my kids," but no one understood your frustration. And I want to talk about that interaction between him and Boyd because he was being really catty towards Boyd, and he was just trying to check on him.
Yeah, I think I mean, like I said, given the situation, of
Mhm.
everything that's going on, I understand like the stress and, paranoia and all that. But I think there needs to be at this point, if we're going to add more people in at any point in the season, there needs to be a therapist added in, because some of these people don't know how to talk to folks, and I think
Yeah,
that's what happened in this situation.
yeah, because he was like, "I'm trying to handle my kids right now, Boyd," and Boyd was like, "Chill, chill. Hey, Steph, thanks for coming and hanging out with us."
Steph.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boyd was like, "Calm it down." He's tired of everybody trying him. Everybody's raising their voice at Boyd. Donna tried him a couple of episode 2, and she's gonna try him again in this episode. So Boyd is getting fed up.
Look, it's getting thick. It's getting thick. We got Michael said, "What's good, cousin?" Is just stopping in to say hi, and that it's time for Jade to go. Toodles.
Yeah, okay, thank you. We don't have to show that at all. Remove that. Yeah, we're good. You're out of it. The
Uh,
entity was trolling hard. Hi, Daddy. Oh yeah.
yeah, the entity was. I mean, and that's the thing. This season, I feel like the trolls are getting harder. Especially from last episode when we heard the music playing on
Mhm.
the jukebox or whatever. Or what happened. With Kenny's tragedy and everything. It's like, yo, these entities are trolling heavy,
Oh
heavy.
God. It's
But
terrible.
it's weighing heavy on folks' brains. And I'm thinking like, especially as this episode started, I'm like, you see Boyd, walking again with the bell, and I'm like,
Mhm.
at this point, bro, do I need if I've been living there for as long as they've been living there, do I need a damn bell? No. I know when it gets, light blue outside, dark light blue outside, my ass is in.
Mhm.
At a certain,
Mhm.
I don't need to be told when to go in.
Mm-mm.
Like I know it's drunks in town or whatever, but I feel like I don't need to be told when to go in. Like at this point, boy, like just give the damn give give it a rest. Like I'd be the person in town screaming at Boyd, like, give it a rest.
Go inside. Go
Yeah, at this point, if you outside and it's twilightish outside or whatever, you're getting
No,
cursed out. Like, get your ass inside. Like, ain't no time for get inside. Ain't no time for politeness. Get your ass
that's
inside.
inside. I'm trying to finish feeding the goats. Well, they're gonna be hungry. Get your ass inside. That simple. Because
Yep.
that's what Jim was on. Jim was like, "Listen, get in this house." But you know what? Jim has been trying. He fixed lunch this episode.
Yeah, he tried. He
It was
tried.
trash, and then he went off on little Ethan, who's just asking questions. He's dealing with grief the best way he knows how to try to make sense of it, and Jim can't handle that.
Which is crazy because you think like, okay. I mean, I know he's got a lot of shit on his mind, but you think like my youngest is sitting here dealing with all this, and how he has to comprehend what's going on, like, let alone my daughter,
Mhm.
who's a little bit older, but she still has to grieve and, comprehend what's going on. But my youngest, and you're not giving him you're not being there for him. You're not giving him the leeway to express himself or to go through this how he needs to go through this. Him nor what's the dude's name? Shit, he looked like Arthur from the Joker. Uh, uh,
Oh, did he go into the woods with them this
Victor,
time? Oh,
Victor.
Victor.
Yeah, Victor looked like the Joker. I might start calling him the Joker. But
He may turn when he pulled that gun out on Randall. He may be the Joker.
listen. But
Ethan,
Yeah, Victor, Ethan been catching it from Victor and from Jim. So
he's having a rough this season. He lost his grandma. Ethan talks about his mom's bombs. Listen, Ethan, he wants to make sense of what's going on. That's all he wants. Jim told him stop like 10 times. I mean, they're not used to that type of discipline. That's the issue. They're
No,
not
they're
used to
not.
that aggression coming from him. What theories do you guys rock with this season? Are you simulation, alien, curse, or maybe government experience? Experiment. Wow. Um,
Ooh.
none of those. I think I can rule out aliens, or that's not fair because aliens or angels could be. We could list them under the same category. So I don't want to rule out aliens or entities because they all could be the same thing. Curse, no. Maybe government experiment, no. We don't have the technology for that. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Ethan lost all hope. Ethan, life gets better. Maybe.
Listen, I
Let's
mean,
stop there.
hopefully there's a future, you know. Um, I think like I wanted it to be aliens so bad, but at this point, I think it's more so a simulation or the tarot theory, which I don't fucking understand, but it makes sense. When y'all niggas be breaking it down, I'm like, yo, it's blowing my mind, you know. So that's what I'm a rock with.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. Somebody's pulling the strings. That's your theory. Okay, tell us more. I also want
Taryn.
Tehran. Apologize if we say it incorrectly, but you got to share with us your theory.
Oh, you're the tarot guy.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Okay, that's your
Awesome.
you literally mean that's your theory. Well, thank you. We
Listen,
support your
listen,
theory.
listen, you gotta get on the show, man. One of these
Yeah.
episodes. You gotta get on the show and break this down for the people.
Whenever you're ready, you're more
Yes.
than welcome to come and join us on the show. I got to go with the curse at this point for sure, not government experiment. Yeah, I would lean more towards the curse versus the government experiment between the two options.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
We
Oh,
literally broke down your curse to the, I mean, not your curse, but your theory, Tehran, to the best of our ability. On the, I think the first episode this season,
yeah, it got deep.
it
It
got
got
deep.
deep.
We were in a rabbit hole and we were like putting it together. So we're like Tabitha this season, trying to get all the info and put it all together.
Yeah, I honestly think that theory deserves its own episode, like with just
Yeah,
a group of us just on here dissecting it, you know.
yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, okay. I
Okay,
feel very disappointed if it's a simulation.
same.
Yeah, I mean, the way, I mean, not saying it wouldn't be disappointing, but that's the way it's looking for me right now. And besides the tarot theory, I'm feeling the I'm feeling the curse theory, Ernesto. Mm,
Uh,
okay,
okay, curse
okay,
theory is ruling a little bit.
okay, okay. You know, I mean, I'm not mad at the curse theory, you know, or reach out to real enigmas and theories and join us on a Wednesday.
We're there.
Listen,
Yeah.
so
The actor who plays Kenny is so good. The way he said, "Christy, where's your bag?" Okay, we're not there yet, Daryl, but Kenny is changing, and I love it. I'm not really the biggest fan of his character, but the way he was responding to Christy is like, "Girl, whatever you're talking about, get this job done." And he's right,
mhm.
even though she's trying to be a good friend. But he was absolutely right. Where's your bag? And is it full? All great questions, Kenny.
Now Kenny, he's definitely evolving. He's definitely, especially
Yeah.
after what happened. You know, his character, I feel like he was toying back and forth with being a good being a baby face and a heel, you know, but he's
Mhm.
I think that moment, you know, that happened at the beginning of the season really like altered his character.
Yeah. And that's what we needed, though, right, for him because he was flat for
Yes.
me. Love that scene with Kenny and Christy, and the way he popped off on Jade right after was hilarious. I'm not going to support how he treated Jade. However, great for you, Kenny, growing up here. Okay, so let's jump to Camden with Tabitha and her and Henry. Yeah, Henry. Henry and Tabitha are still putting things together, and their mission today is about this tree with the bottle tree, and we're finding out all these cool things about what is Victor's mom name? Miranda. We're finding out all these interesting facts about Miranda and her gifts and what she's seen and how that sort of parallels to Tabitha. But later on, you figure out that it's bigger than what you could even imagine about the parallels and how they come together. Are we enjoying Tabitha and Henry in the real world going on their own personal quest?
I am really enjoying it. I feel like it reminds me of like those 90s television shows where, it's sort of like Outer Limitsy for me. I think
Mhm.
that's why I'm enjoying it so much. It gives me that like sci-fi element, but that heart, because of Victor's father, you know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, all of it. What you laughing
Christy says Tabby irritates me.
at? Now you know what. First, okay, Tabitha, Lois Lane, Lois. I didn't first season. She wasn't on my list of characters I really cared about, and not even second season until the end. But this season, I'm loving what she's bringing to the table. But I do
Mhm.
enjoy the journey of them uncovering things. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Is there anyone else that you instead of Tabitha that you would want to see on the other doing this whole journey besides her, or was she the perfect person for this?
Ooh. I mean, I think she was one of the perfect people for this. I wouldn't mind. What's the old lady's name? The one that be dancing in the rain and shit. Um,
Tilly.
Tilly. I wouldn't mind Tilly on a journey like this,
Oh,
neither.
okay.
Just to see where she would take it, you know.
I'm thinking about Sarah. I think Sarah will do some fun on like she needs her character to be waking up some, and I think it's about to happen. But yeah, I would like to see her doing her own thing again.
Yeah. I really like Tabitha and Daryl. I think a few characters will end up in the real world in the future. We might. Who
I
knows?
think so.
Who knows? The season ain't over yet.
Hmm.
Season ain't over yet. Christy says, I think it makes sense it was her. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. I,
They did address something in this episode that I was worried about with Henry not being concerned about where Miranda was or his daughter, and he was like, "I just really thought at least she was already dead. Maybe the kids could be alive, but she was already dead." And so I'm glad he addressed it because I was wondering why he didn't ask about his wife.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's I mean, I'm glad that they did put that in there because it's like, if you're going to have a character who goes off into the woods and all that, like there's got to be certain motivation there,
Yeah,
that's tied to his actions, So it fleshed it out a little bit more, you know.
I remember Victor saying he found his mom uh, dead in front of the bottle tree, but his sister was nowhere to be found. So I wonder, like, is his sister still alive?
It's his sister in Colony House,
Is she already there?
yeah, because I feel like one of these people is like a Flash situation where he's sitting at the kitchen table with his wife and his kid and shit. Like I think we're gonna have something like that,
Mm.
in the From universe. I don't
Ooh,
know who, but
it's Tilly. It's
yo, that'd be wild
gonna be
If
super
Tilly
crazy.
was somebody's fucking kid. That'd be
Oh my
fucking
goodness.
wild.
Watch is gonna be Lois Lane. She's not the right age, but yeah.
Listen, in the memory vortex, whatever the hell they in, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Shit, I wouldn't be surprised.
Daryl says Tilly is definitely something. I mean, not Daryl, but Chrissy said Tilly is definitely something. I think Eloise is alive. I do too. I do too. She's gonna be this paramedic. She's gonna be one of the paramedics. They're so messy. The entity in this show is very disrespectful and messy, and we're gonna talk about it later. But Tabitha had a facial expression that was so funny in this episode, but it wasn't funny at all.
Mm-mm-mm. She's
Um,
always in the mix.
yes, she is.
Facts. Facts. You know. Now I wanted to bring up something about this episode, and about growth,
Mhm.
that I'm seeing, especially from what I saw from season one, and that's Boyd and Ellis's dynamic,
Yes.
in this episode. Because we went from the first episode to it being, alluded that they had something going on, some sort of past, and like Ellis being standoffish and his dad, trying to be there, but Ellis just being like, no, no, I don't need you, dad.
Such a
That
brat.
same old chestnut,
Yeah.
But I feel like this season we're getting some growth, like Ellis is definitely he's becoming a favorite of mine. Like he's
Yes.
he's
See. Okay.
I ain't even gonna lie. Like this season, I was like, yeah, fuck Ellis. Like he could be the first one.
You said
But
that
now,
last season too.
yeah, but he growing on me now. I'm like, okay, especially because he's maturing and he's trying to be there, for his dad, in his own way, and what all is transpiring right now.
Yeah, and I think him becoming a father in quotation marks that triggers something in him about life and fragility and being new, and so he's trying to make those efforts with his father, and I love that. I love that he's having more, but it scares me too because if you're connecting all these relationships, I would hate that he will be one to leave. If developing Boyd's and Ellis's relationship for you to kill him would really piss me off.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
No, it
people,
would.
mhm,
No, it would. That would be like it would be irritating at this point.
yeah, the people who think Tabitha was not in the real world after this episode completely misunderstood what happened. Correct.
Facts. Facts. Let's see. Ellis Ellis been that dude. Ellis and Boyd made up in season 1, episode 8. Yeah. I mean, they made up, but it was still, still like very slow.
Yeah.
Very slow to warm up, you
Hmm.
know.
I'm gonna say after that blood transfusion, that was probably when they were like, okay, we cool again. You good?
Mhm.
Ella's been that dude. What's up, that Silver Side? Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, Silver Sight.
Ella's been that dude. I think after he reconciled with his pops, he got better facts.
Yeah. Steph says he definitely had his dad's back with Randall. Yeah, he got to. At the
Yeah,
end of the day, you gotta saddle up. You gotta saddle up,
because we already know what's up. We go ride.
Mm-hmm.
That's that.
Mm-hmm. Family over everything. Family
Family
over
over
everything.
everything. That's
You
that's
know.
it. Let's talk about Fatima and her sneaky snacking, her sneak snacking that she got going on in this
This
episode.
that sounds like an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Fatima and the sneaky snacking.
And the
You
sneaky
know.
Fatima and the sneaky snacking. Fatima and the sneaky. Yes, that is it. That is it. Fatima and the sneaky snacking because she was on it. She was hungry and she was snacking. I don't know what vegetables they were, but she was found her buffet plate in front of her, and then Tilly came and she was like, "I'm gonna run away." Ah.
If if I was Tilly, I'd be like, "What the hell? All right, what the hell is that girl eating over there?" You
Report
know.
it. Report it. Put her in the box. As soon she's out of here.
Yeah, to the pot. Like at this point, we ain't got time. We ain't got time. They done already let one of them loose in Colony House. The first, I think it was the first season. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah,
Fatima didn't even peel the banana, just smashed it.
she didn't. She was hungry.
Hmm.
She was super hungry. And yeah, she was absolutely amazing in this episode, which always makes me scared for these things. Like she's making us look. We already love Fatima, right? She does
Yeah,
no wrong, and now she's being vulnerable and showing her heart. You guys are trying to set us up for heartbreak. I know it. You're trying to set us up for heartbreak.
just line it up to knock us down, line it
Mhm.
up to knock us down. Can we talk about Fatima's dramatic run?
She was like, then she dropped the food. At least take what you had in your hand with you.
Yeah, I think it was, it was a choice, when people read the script and then the directors are on the scene and you're like, all right, get this done. I think that's a choice she made to run like that,
She did.
so it is what it is. Like I feel like I would have did like a slow backwards walk. Like I would have did just like and I wouldn't have broke eye contact until I went around the corner,
I
with whatever I
mean,
was eating.
I would have just owned it. Like, eyes front, lady. What do you keep doing what you're doing? I'm out here to enjoy my sneak snack, and you out here worried about what I'm doing. Fold your damn laundry.
Yeah, I'm pregnant. Like shit.
Yeah,
Shut
I
up.
eat what I want. I'll come over there and eat your ass.
Craziness.
Yes.
Crazy.
She's gonna be the first to become a cannibal.
Mm-hmm.
And Tilly's
She
the first
ran.
one on the list. After today, Fatima's gonna hang her up and throw some salt on her.
Not Tilly.
Oh,
It's
we
gonna
love
be
Tilly.
more.
She's scary to me, actually.
She is?
I think she's sort of creepy. When Elgin had those visions, and even though it was a nightmare, and that wasn't really her, she does tarot cards, and all that's great. But I think she is either special, or she's involved, or she's cannon fodder. Which,
Hmm.
yeah, which would suck if she dies. Not really, but
Who loves Fatima? I feel like Fatima got fans.
she's
Yeah.
probably most loved, generally loved.
Yeah. I mean, I don't love her, but I feel like I don't feel like I know anybody that hates Fatima.
Yeah, how could you hate her? She's love and light in this jury land.
See, Tilly is always there when something goes down.
Correct.
See? It's always the older folks. Always the older folks.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
I got a phobia. You seen that Netflix movie Old People?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, see, now you can
Yeah.
say whatever you want.
Yeah. I think it's a Dutch film, Dutch horror. It's called Old People. Yeah, it's on
No,
Netflix right now.
there's also a movie called Old. Um, I think it's M. Night Shyamalan. I think I don't know.
Yeah. I just think it's a diversion. Fatima was too perfect in season 1. And the birth of the baby will be completely normal.
Yeah, sure. What baby?
We'll see. We'll
We
see.
will. That ain't special powers. That's not a baby. That's not a human.
That's an incredible.
It's an incredible.
She about to birth Jack over there.
Uh-huh. The shade would be if she wasn't pregnant at all.
Wow. Yeah, that would be like, what if she just gave birth to like energy? Like,
Oh, she still died though.
yeah. Yeah.
Or it's like
Mm.
Final Destination where her birth saves everybody. Yeah.
Sickness. Speaking of saving everybody, got another character, our favorite savior of the bunch, Mama
Mama.
Donna, and the revisiting, of her and Boyd in the same room. I was like, here we go again. Here we go again. With the and them talking about the plan and her being like, I ain't rocking with that. Y'all want to go get yourselves
I mean,
like I
everybody was against Boyd for this playing this episode,
yeah.
except for Ella. Ella's was like, yeah, okay. Whatever you want to do, Dad. I think he was like that. No, he was trying to give a little pushback, but gently. Unlike Donna, who was very disrespectful.
Well, she had to be.
She
Shit,
has to set his ass
she
straight.
she used to it. You gotta have a strong pimp hand in Colony House. You know, you got to. We love Mama Donna, exactly. Boyd, Donna together in a scene is always an actor masterclass.
Agreed.
Facts.
Big time.
Trying to catch a monster is a crazy play. They be doing this shit though. You seen Return of the Living Dead,
You
you
can do
know?
this, but Cartry, is that his name? The pastor, the priest,
Oh yeah, the
Cartry.
priest.
He was so funny this episode to Boyd. He was like, "Okay, yeah, sure. You're gonna lock them in the house, put an amulet outside for them to hide in the house, for you to walk in and then kill you." Exactly. There's no way
Yeah.
to do this.
Cause the way it's not like they're slow zombies or even a monster you could trip. Like these motherfuckers are creatures, but yet like spiritual in a way. Like they can float and fly and just morph and rip it, like not just scratch you, but literally rip your insides out. Like
Mhm.
it's
Peel your
it's
flesh
not the
from the
best
bone.
plan. Hmm.
Talking about fall off the bone good. They are serious about that. They are serious.
Mm-mm-mm. At first, I was like, how can Boyd trap the monster? Because the monsters were able to leave the barn with the talisman in the barn. But I realized if he puts the talisman on the outside of the bus, he can trap them. He can trap them in the bus. Hmm.
Oh, the bus will be the best place to trap something like that.
I mean, yeah, if they can't like bust through the window, well, yeah, but the talismans, yeah, you're right. The
Mhm.
bus could be like a could round them up.
You
Could
just stay
round
in
them
this
up.
bus. Father Kotri, what is he? I think he's the. If we're going by like the big theory, I think that that's the positive entity that's trying to influence this game of chess that we're playing between the two entities. That's sort of outlined in the tarot cards. So I think the Father Kotri is a positive motivation for Boyd from the positive side of the entities that are doing the situation, but he's still manipulating Boyd.
Yeah,
Whether
yeah.
it's good or for good or bad, he's still manipulating Boyd.
Yeah, I feel like all the entities are about manipulation, even the boy in white. Like
Hmm.
for some reason, like he may not be evil, but I think he's got some sort of plan, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right. So the forest. Kenny takes a group of people out to the forest, and they come across this back to the colony, but they found these like I don't want to say voodoo dolls because that's reductive, but they're like these scary stick figures
Yes.
standing in the ground, protecting. You could assume like protecting the area they were in. I don't know what they were for, but it was very creepy, and it felt like its own type of horror movie in itself that was happening.
Yes, yes. I mean, I love the design,
Mhm.
it made me think like, okay, this is another layer of what the hell is going on here. But honestly, it just added on more questions for me. I was just like,
Mm.
shit, like here we go. Like at this point, I need a journal for this show so I can bring up things and then circle back to them and make my own, connections and shit like that.
I feel like we need to be like Jade and have a book and with all these
Facts.
diagrams and notes and all these type of things to what's going on in this place.
We need like a map on the wall where we just can scribble out, can connect the dots.
The murder board. Yeah,
Yeah.
we need the murder board. Do you think they are sort of like the? I think they are. They look like the images of on the talismans. If
Yeah.
you look like the drawings that are on the talisman, they look like those things.
No, that definitely makes sense. I think, and it's crazy because I feel like the talismans, I feel
Mhm.
like they, like, for one, who how many talismans are there? And can we, did we find out, like, previous seasons, can we actually make a new talisman, or
I,
do
I think that's what Randall is trying to do
okay.
because he's been
Okay.
carving something for a while.
Okay. All right, because we need to
But
figure out how to make more talismans at this point. Those statues look so cool. Jay dropping the statue ain't gonna be good for next episode.
yeah, he fucked
No,
up with that one. Yeah,
no.
we all know what
We've
happens when you break down the statue.
listen. We've seen The Conjuring. We've seen The
Yeah,
Exorcist. You know, we've seen it all. We
yeah,
know it's nothing good.
no,
You know.
it's not gonna be happy. Hopefully, it doesn't. Someone else mentioned this, and we'll talk about it. But deactivates the ambulance.
Listen,
That's messy.
listen. And then Steph agrees with Daryl. Daryl says, "I believe there are 12 talismans."
Mm,
Mm, damn, that's so little few with all this
it
shit going on.
is.
That's so little few, especially because y'all can't get it together. You know, 12. Damn. Mm-mm-mm.
Um, so Victor, this episode, he was sort of interesting to me because he went on a scavenger hunt to dig up a time capsule, and then he just showed up at Sarah's house like, "Hey, let's have story time." He is something's off. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
I mean, Victor's been there forever. So it's like, and maybe he feels something, going on with his dad, who knows? Like, especially with the end of the episode and what was revealed. I'm thinking, maybe, well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that when we get to the end of the episode. But I have a thought, and what's
Okay,
going on, and that in the ending.
what's in the bag, Victor? What's in the bag? Huh? Trick or treat. Last week we talked about the trailer for this episode. Oh, the name of this episode was Mousetrap.
Yes.
So, based off what we've seen so far, and when you hear Mousetrap, what do you immediately think about?
Based off what we've seen so far,
Yeah.
hmm, I feel like the mousetrap is probably Lois Lane. Probably,
Mm,
Lois Lane and what she is going through, and just chasing around that cheese,
mhm.
trying to investigate, so
And from what we saw at the end, that
I think
trap was
that's more
popping.
so what it was reflecting. But I'm
Yeah.
yes, it was,
Yeah.
the
I agree
block
with
was
that.
hot. This was a short episode, man. This was the shortest that we've had, I think.
I thought it was just me. I felt like this was short too. Do we know the
Mhm.
time for this week's episodes?
I think this week was like 47 minutes, 40, like 40, and we usually get like almost an hour, or sometimes
Yeah, it
over an
was giving
hour.
30 minutes, and I'm not happy. I need to see if
Yeah.
I'm sure I can find it, but like I was like, damn, why is this over so soon?
Mhm. How did you feel about Jade getting gripped up, by the ghosts,
I like that Jade is they're driving Jade crazy. It's happening. He's the mad scientist. I hate that this look at his head. Look at him right here. He looks like he's losing it. I like I like that Jade is having these visions, but he's trying to piece his stuff together too. And but he's not telling anybody what he's seeing, which is scary, which could be okay because that would just make them you know, freak out even more.
Yeah.
But Jay was sort of the catalyst to the big thing that we were worried about was Christy this episode. And Christy was chasing after Jade and she got caught in her own little trap.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What would you have done if that was you?
Mm. If I got caught in a damn like a bear trap, I mean, first off, I would have been terrified because you already know like how long am I going to be here, and then we're out here, what type of medical attention am I going to be serviced, like it's not I know I'm going to be in pain and all this. I think that I would have tried to I don't know, I guess it depends on how deep the trap got into me, but I'd probably
Mhm.
try and take my leg off, just to get the hell out
If
of
it
there.
gets too dark out here,
Yeah, because
you're
I'd
gonna
rather
have
I'd
to.
rather take the leg off than not uh than be eaten or ripped to shreds by those things at night. Because it's like they don't give you an easy death. Like it's not an easy
Just
death.
shoot the chain, Kenny. You brought your gun.
Yeah.
I know that works.
Shoot the chain.
Shoot the. Oh, why do you call her Lois Lane? Because she's investigating. Since season 2, she's been investigating and digging and getting into trouble, just like Lois Lane does. Season 2, she fell through a hole, or is that season 1? Season
I
1,
see
she
it's
fell through a hole. Season 2,
yeah.
she fell through a poor. She fell through the damn
Tree.
the tree and the glass window. So she's just falling and getting into stuff. But that's okay. We love that. We need someone to be the exposition dump for us. Let's see. This is the first time Jade has been attacked by his vision, so I understand why he freaked out. Absolutely, absolutely. And Christy mentioned earlier that this is like the Roanoke. It felt like the Lost Tribe of Roanoke. And I was like, oh yeah, it did have that feel to it. I don't know. When I was with them in the woods, I felt like we were watching their own story going on, like their own horror movie that was there. And honestly, with the cast that was out there and what they bring, that would be an interesting, one episode of them by themselves outside in that scenario.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, to be honest, like I love the show, and I know we're probably gonna get, hopefully 2 more seasons out of this, but
Mhm.
I wouldn't mind like if one of these studios, these big studios, put some money behind it, and gave us a film, which was like a spinoff of people, dealing with these monsters in the woods at night, just
Mhm.
a night, with these monsters,
Would you want a prequel to this story that's we're experiencing with this show, ending with Victor and his family showing up, or would you want something fresh and a new group, maybe even a new location?
I think I would want, what, to sell the show, it'd probably be good if it was a prequel,
Hmm.
just to sell the show, because if the prequel's good enough and people are like, oh, it's the show, then we can go check it out on this app.
Exactly. Episode 3 was a nice setup for all the good deaths in episode 4 coming up.
Oh, damn. Damn.
I'm
That's
sure
right.
that's going to happen. They showed more random people that we don't care about. That's not fair. They show more random people that are not main characters this episode that went into the woods. So of course they're setting them up to be cannon fodder.
Damn. So you think we're gonna get that? Well, I know they said we were gonna get that. Critical Overlord said we were gonna get that break with episode 5 and 6. So
We're
you
gonna
think they're
need
gonna think? Oh, that's
it.
that's what y'all hearing. That's confirmed. Damn.
That's what's on the streets.
Streets is talking.
Uh
Damn.
huh. DLR movies. What's up?
Episode 4 is chaos. Damn. Dell, what's good, man? What's good? Damn.
I haven't watched the show, but wanted to pop in and show some love to the homie. Have a great stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, share, subscribe, all the
Yes.
things.
Yes. Damn.
And I
At,
think one or both the ambulance people are done too. They're both dead. We just needed to get Henry and Tabitha here.
at this point, they're gonna have to get more speaking roles,
Yeah.
for a
Speak
couple of
of the
people.
devil, and he shall arise.
The CO himself, critical overlord.
Don't give him no nicknames. He can't. His head's already big enough. Critical. Thanks for coming and hang out with us, buddy. Give us something about episode 4. What you think? What you know? Let's see.
Oh,
And I think, oh yeah, they're out of here, buddy. Dell is about people not being able to leave a town and monsters attack at night. Go watch it. Dale is another movie. It's a movie.
oh no, he was explaining it. He was explaining the show to Dell.
Oh, I was
To
like,
Dell
is Dale
only.
another movie? Jim. So if y'all don't understand, anytime you hear the name Jim, make sure that you pick up your cups and take a sip with us. That's our drinking word of the night.
Yes. Take a sip or take a toke, whichever you indulge it in tonight.
At the end, red shirts. At the second, I don't know what this is about. I think episode 7 will have a big revelation based on the synopsis of episode 8. We shall see. There's a close call for someone next week. Ooh.
Now you're making me wanting to stay up Saturday night, on a damn Saturday night.
Nah, I'm gonna call you at 3 a.m. like, bro. From on, wake up. It's 3 in the morning. Oh, a close call. Who do you think it is? Christy.
Christy?
I'm actually glad she had something to do this episode because she's been floating around. She needs to be pushed some more. So I will hope that it will be her. Oh, wait, no. I think it's Randall.
It would be good if it was Randall, especially because he tends to roll solo.
Yeah, I think in the trailer there was maybe that was the trailer. Yeah, I think it's Randall.
Or if it's not a death, if it's just a close call, I wouldn't mind it to be Donna. Give us a little, play with us a little bit. Play with us a little bit, but keep her here though. Keep her here though. She don't need to go nowhere, but play with us a little bit.
Yeah, it's because it has to do with the emergency truck because they were given the keys to Boyd in the trailer. Like, here, take them so you can leave. But I think Randall was still outside. Do you think Tabitha and the boy in white will have another encounter once she returns to the town? You mean Thomas? What do you think?
I mean, it's possible, like, especially him just popping up. I think she's very close, and to some sort of revelation. I think we might get that at the end of the season. They might tease that, to the end. But I hope she brings over a few things, aside from food. I hope she brings food as well, but I hope she brings a few more things over.
Yeah. Can we just say that it was nice to see Bacta? I jokingly said that she would be the one taking over the kitchen, but
I thought she was gone. Like, I thought one of these episodes, I thought somebody said she was gone. So when I saw her on screen, I'm like, damn, she's still here.
Her name just got added back to the credits too, so.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because I was like, wait a minute, ain't that the damn bus driver? But now I'm like, okay, so if they brought her back, I would love if they gave her a story.
Yeah, she's friends with Ethan now. I think she's going to take over the kitchen, and so is Ethan.
Yeah,
I think they're both going to sort of handle that because he was in there organizing dishes and shit. You cook at home. You up there eating your dad's nasty food.
Yeah. Yeah, Tabitha. I mean, I feel like she's one of those conduits like what's the black dude's name? The one that you don't necessarily like, the one that sees the visions,
Elgin.
Elgin. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Tabitha and Elgin, are going to be the keys. They're going to be some strong keys in this. I don't know if this season per se, but I think the end of the show, I think they playing with us with Elgin. Elgin's going to be important.
I'm pretty sure of it. He's like the golden child. I'm sick of it, but yeah, he's gonna be special. We knew that when he threw up when he got off the bus.
Hmm.
Randall has evil work to do from his position. We want a redemption arc for him, okay?
Listen. Like, people can change. Randall
People
can change.
change.
Tabitha better beat that boy in White's ass.
Tabitha is trying to get these ghosts to tell her the stories. She's the ghost whisperer. Messy. He was very messy over the phone and slightly aggressive.
Yeah, it's always, and it's a very rude question. It's like it's a valid question, but shit, it's very rude. Like, even when they had those commercials back in the day, and it's like, it's 9 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Hmm.
And it was the most fucking terrifying commercial to me,
Hmm.
that because
Hmm.
it's
I
it's
get
just
it.
like, yeah, it's a scary thought. So Jim, get it together, get it together.
Jim, who get it together? Okay, there you, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was a double whammy.
I understand.
T- Bacta's grandma knew about the nursery rhyme. That is important. Damn.
Circle. I think I sort of maybe missed some of that. Let's see. Bacta.
Bacta's grandma. Yeah, I think I missed that part.
Yeah, me too.
But
Bacta
shit, now I gotta
feels bad for Ethan, but
now I gotta rewind it. Now y'all gave me a reason to watch this episode again.
I was watching it before we started, and I didn't get that far. I didn't get to that part yet.
Yeah.
Now I need to know what Bacta know because gosh, I
I
don't
don't
think
think.
Randall is going to change in terms of his hot headedness based off Terrence tarot theory. No, but you can be an anti-hero.
True. True. This is my first time watching you guys. I wish I had tuned in the beginning because I didn't even know the boy on the phone was Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah, it was him. Well, it's saying that it's him, allegedly. We don't
Allegedly.
know.
You know. Allegedly. But if it's true, you heard it here first.
Yeah,
Scream Kings. You heard it here first.
you heard it. The nursery rhyme last season. They touch, they break, they steal. Oh, they touch, they break, they steal. No one here is free. Here they come for three, unless you stop the melody. That's really creepy to say out loud, and I hate that I just did that. You know how we talk about I'll be the one to read the book in Evil Dead? I just did
Yeah.
it accident.
Yeah. Listen.
It was an accident.
Listen. At the end of the day, I think I need that on a plaque somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good shirt. They touch, they
Hmm.
break, they steal. All right, we'll put that out there. Check us out next week with new merch. They touch, they break, they steal. No one here is free. I think, I think Randall's gonna get buried eventually. Never repeat this.
Listen.
I know better.
For those who have seen Incantation, those who have seen all the curse films, never repeat the curse. It's
Nope.
always some bullshit.
Yep. I basically put the record on the record player and let it play the spell out loud. Evil Dead. Which one is the new one that everybody loved, including you?
Yes, yes, loved.
And on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial. And when we come back, we're going to finish up and hear what you guys are saying about episode 3.
All right.
And she's trying to like Jennifer's trying to warn the teen about Agatha, not trusting Agatha, and talking about mentioning how she sacrificed her son to get the Darkhold.
Messy.
And so she mentions that if her son were to walk in front of her, she wouldn't know who he is.
Messy.
Be anybody, demon, an agent of Mephisto. Anybody.
It could be you, sir.
It could be you, sir. Honestly. And we wouldn't
we know
know
what y'all doing, Marvel. We see what y'all doing.
Right, exactly that.
Okay.
Which, everyone else is kind of gagged about just the pure mention of Mephisto.
It turned the entire comic book community on. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, the fanboys are screaming somewhere. I just know.
And that is Geeking Out. We are on live every Monday covering spooky season. So we are also covering Agatha all along. So come and join and hang out with us on the Witch's Road. And speaking of roads that go to nowhere, that's what this show, that's what these characters are experiencing, unfortunately.
Yes, sadly. Never repeat the spells. Yes, listen,
yeah.
Revelations. Help Boyd figure out that he had to destroy the music box. Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I do those spells. That actually is a favorite pastime of mine. Is learning spells from TV shows and movies. Fun fact.
Yes.
Okay, so back in Camden, we figure out that this bottle tree, the same one that's in Fromland, is sprinkled throughout Camden because Victor's mother, Miranda, is the artist and she did art installations around the entire town. Okay, cool. So her doing acid, being hippie, being an artist, all those things sort of connects to why she may have this special connection to the supernatural. And on the way to see the original tree, which was in the park, Tabitha freaks out. She opens the glove compartment and finds a version of Jim's bracelet. The song that's playing on the radio is one of her and Jim favorite song. Yeah. How are we feeling about these parallels between Midge, Tabitha, and Henry and Miranda?
I think they're written well. It's obvious that whoever's writing this series, like whatever group of writers they got, like they took the source material from the first 2 seasons and they were like, all right, how can we uplift this and make it interesting? So yeah. I love when you have parallel stories and it not only brings out emotion, but it's also like a game, like you're in, you get to unlock, certain things and how one person's story can let you know like what's going on, what's going to happen in someone else's story.
Yeah. 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 And I'm trying to think if I was in a position, this is so frustrating because like you think you're in the real world and you're safe again, but all these coincidences are making you question what's real and what's not, which her reaction was, to me, I felt was warranted. What do you do when all these coincidences that don't make any, just line up the way they do, and you've just been gaslit for almost 2 years? Like, I think she freaked out, and I think it was appropriate.
Yeah, no, it definitely was appropriate. Like she, it's one of those things where, something like this is sprung on you, and you like, all this shit that's going on, like how else do you expect the person to react?
Yeah.
Tabitha and Victor's dad not making it to the tree at the park tells us that the tree is going to be very important in the future.
Facts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Tabitha and Jim's song was Miranda's favorite song in the bracelet. So cool.
So cool and freaky. Like,
yeah, at one point I'm like, did Miranda make these motherfuckers up?
Okay, like, what's happening? Are these multiverses? Is this like alternate timelines or past lives, resurrection? Like, this show is adding another layer because of this coincidence alone. It's crazy.
It's like first it turns into Lost, and then it turns into like Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. Could this artist, really dream up her own reality with her own, group of folks and shit like that? I'm Jonathan Frakes. Tune in next week. Tabitha was like, "This is too crazy. This can't be real. I'm still in Frumland."
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like, "You're not gonna come here and blow my world up. Get in this car. You come into this tree." And anytime they show that people in cars having conversations, they focus on one side. I was like, "It's happening. The wreck is happening."
I feel like everyone who is there is connected in some kind of way. Even that young couple somehow, like the couple that died in season 2. Facts. We just don't know.
Sergeant Kelly or Kelly and something like it was connected to Boy. Yeah.
I feel the actress who plays Tabitha did a great job when she freaked out. Yeah. I mean, that had to be a shock that had to be more shocking than flying out the damn window, into another. I'm like, that was probably more of a hurt piece, I don't want to be back here again.
Absolutely.
In this shit.
And her facial expression when she's Tabitha was like, "I know you fucking lying."
The 8-track was stuck in the radio for 40 years.
Ridiculous. Exactly. Ridiculous.
Victor's dad have every right to be pissed at Tabitha for trying to leave after giving him hope on finding his son. Yeah.
I don't know if you should be mad enough to grab her and speed off.
Yeah, it's I feel like she should have the plan should have been to bring him to see Victor. That should have been the plan. We got the Silver Sight. Yeah, Brian and Kelly Boyd had sergeant names. Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that shit. Honestly, I 100% would have shitted in my pants when I saw that tree.
Yes. This is enough. There's too much going on. I just want to live a normal life.
Yeah, I just want to, be. I don't want the drama. I don't want the anxiety. I don't want the outer limits, storylines in my life. Like I just want, peace.
I want to go back to Christy and Jade and all of them in the woods. Did we feel like their life was in threat, or we sort of knew they were going to get out of it? Or did you feel like, I know this season has been very pins and needles, but I didn't really feel like her life was in jeopardy. I felt like it was a great ploy to make it feel that way and to make their journey feel more interesting. But I didn't feel like her life was in jeopardy.
No, I didn't think so, especially because of how we got hit in the first episode. I'm like, no way. Like,
yeah, no way. I like that. No way
we're going this fast. Like I like the pace, but no way we're going this fast. We're not, we're not crazy. They still got a couple episodes to give us, and for them to open up the season like that, and with what they're giving us for this next episode, they got to save some juice for the end of the season.
Yeah. If they would have killed Christy in that episode, I'm like, y'all Y'all got to chill. Y'all got to chill big time.
I think something more happened during Miranda and Victor's father's trip. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Victor maybe, I don't know what his relationship was like with his wife after when she took the kids away. And so that's strange to me that she departed. It felt like in the middle of the night. I could be wrong, but it feels strange.
I knew they'd get out. Jade is dumb as hell for taking apart that statue. And Fromville, never.
Yeah. He needed a pipe to be able to pry open the bear trap.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Will Smalls, what's going on? Hey, kiddos, jumping in alive late. Well, thanks for jumping in, regardless. You know, thanks for jumping in. Daryl says Kelly getting pinned to that tree and her boyfriend called Brian. Boy, it was like Brian Kelly. That's a pretty big fucking coincidence. Yeah. I mean, shit. I feel like this show is code name coincidence.
Yeah. Agreed. Daryl, I don't think you have to worry about that. I think that's going to be an awesome moment. And that's probably going to be, if not next week, the week after.
Season 3. I think everybody's enjoying this.
It may even be the strongest of the 3 so far. I don't know. We have to see how it lands. The first season was just immaculate, and I put a lot of that weight on the pilot. But I don't know. I'm enjoying it. Back when people sold physical media, I probably would buy this show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah. I think so far this is the best season. You know, I put money on it at this point because just of how things are going so far. Because even with this being a shorter episode, and you know, the pace slowed down a little bit, but kept me interested. Like it didn't go to like a snail's pace. You know.
No, it didn't.
Question is, who put the bear trap there? And why was this episode called Mousetrap? Did something else? Who was hunting? Whoever was there before them? Are the people seen as prey? Mice?
I think the trap will be instrumental to Boyd's plan, so they probably should bring that with them. I think that previous colony put the mousetrap there, or was just gaslighting from the entities. I think mousetrap has to do with 2 things: with Lois Lane doing her job, following the trails, smelling the cheese, and then per what happened, she got in her trap and she's back in Frontland. So it's and the mousetrap is inevitable. So if you set the trap, it's inevitable that they were going to smell the cheese, bite the trap, and be in it. So that's the scariest part for me when you think about Tabitha. They know that she's going to get out. They know we're going to get her to Victor's father, and we know we're going to bring her back. Creepy.
Oh yeah, give him some season 3 love. Season 3 love. Yeah, season 2, it wasn't horrible. It's just it was very it was full of questions, you know, not enough full of questions, not enough answers, you know, and not enough action, you know, but it wasn't bad. I prefer season 1, first 3 episodes a bit more. Season 1, episode 3 is my favorite episode of the entire show. Interesting. Yeah, they did have some tension there with the whole box and Boyd, you know, having to decide whether to, you know, leave somebody out there or not, and whether to do away with the box altogether.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I didn't think that Tabby Cat would come back so soon. I love all these nicknames for Tabitha tonight. It can't be that black and white. It can't be that B. Was that BW? BIW?
Wait, it can't be that black and white.
Oh, can't be that black and white. Sent her for just Henry because that could have been anyone over 40 years. The Puritan was stabbed in the eye, Kelly.
Oh, I think this is all intentional. This is the long game, okay? That's how you know that Victor and his family is important.
Yeah.
Because they're connected to Miranda. And I hate to say this, but I guess you could parallel that to Jim is also important. But if Victor's, take a sip, everybody. But if Midge is also parallel to Henry, and we think Henry was shitty towards Miranda and the kids, it feels right.
No, it does. It does. Jade, I think, said we are all running around like mice in a cage. We also saw a raw eating crow. Wow. A rat eating crow. That has been on Elgin's shirt since season 2. This is the second season. Damn. It's a lot going on. I forgot there was a rat eating a damn crow.
You know what? Let's talk about Randall. Because Randall was on this fucking bus and the cicadas started to attack him in his little vision. Is that because he doesn't have any real play or any seems like he's that important to the main storyline until he's now starting to see visions.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how that plays out. It's very up in the air for me at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very up in the air. Will says Jim is not important.
Who's not important? Yeah. Okay, based on my cup, y'all got like 2 more times to say his name. Maybe one.
Maybe one. Maybe a strong. Maybe a strong one.
A strong one. You know what? Let's messy. Very messy.
It was.
Okay, let's see what you guys are saying on social media about this show. Margot, the people on From have been through it because they saw this and said, it's okay, they have food inside. Come on. Like it was normal Tuesday.
Yeah, I thought I was the only one who was like tripping off that shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
But bro, we've seen enough movies. I don't even know how we would feel in this situation anyway. But we've seen enough movies like, okay, should we cross the threshold or should we just, but then how much worse can it be? Like what else could happen to us?
Listen, it could be, you could get hurt or you could get some help, you know, at this point, and like you said, at the end of the day, like after all you've been through, you might as well take a risk and go get and see if this could possibly get you some help. Not to cause mass panic, but I think they done fucked up something about the talismans from no, for real, because I do not like how that little thing fell. Yeah.
I mean, look at the symbols. It's very similar. And because I assume those things that look like F's or E's are trees.
Yeah. I mean, it's a possibility, but the talismans are still its own mystery for me.
Yeah, for sure.
To be honest. Let's see. Why am I starting to feel like this is Jim in another timeline or dimension? Their stories are colliding a bit too much for me. And the bracelet again, what's going on, y'all? Yeah.
Well,
damn.
Ooh.
Damn. I mean,
Sip.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, it does seem like, timelines or they're in another dimension. And the bracelet thing is kind of like
Mm-hmm.
weird. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's still a lot to be answered, left to be answered.
Mm-hmm.
Tabitha is back in town. She could have at least pack some food for the kids. She bought a whole ambulance and group. Yeah. That's what I was saying from the beginning. I'm like, don't come back here without food and somebody else, preferably Victor's dad, preferably Victor's dad, but or somebody who could help, who's good at escape room, because I feel like none of y'all here are good at escape room, so I feel like you get
Yeah.
somebody good at escape room and some food and y'all should be good,
Next week when she finds her way to the lighthouse again. Period.
Yeah, that's a crazy meme.
That's perfect. Who did this? Freak.
That's hilarious.
Mhm.
That's hilarious. The very first group of people who saw the tree and had to survive the nights in Fromville started right from Victor's shot. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, the
Prequel
people called for.
is in the midst.
Mhm.
You know.
If y'all land this season, this show, I'm sure you will. Go ahead. All right. So you guys are. I'm loving that the Frumley is growing and people are watching the show and people are seeing it and the cast is interacting with us. So that's great.
Yes. I'm loving the community. Like I feel like From has one of the best communities right now, and I love it when when you watch a show and you feel like you're the only one that's watching this shit, and that's the beauty of us in the horror community because we get to share things like this, and we're like, all right, from the beginning, it was us, this community of motherfuckers watching this shit, but a couple seasons down the line, you start to see it gain popularity, and you start to see the hashtags, and then you start to see the jokes, and it just brings back like it's a vibe. It's a mystic magic in the air,
Yeah.
something that I felt with True Blood, something that I felt with Dexter, in the early seasons when people caught on and it was like, okay, every night that it premiered, it was like something to talk about. I feel like this is what's going on with From right now.
Yeah. And bro, I think that's so true. I think we've all felt like we were the only one who's watching or experiencing how great the show is. I get so mad. Like I tell people, like, yo, if you like, even if you don't love horror, you can appreciate how well written and this mystery of this show is. Like, even if you strip away some of the horror elements, it's still a bomb ass show, and everybody should be taking part in watching it. So don't feel alone, people. You have a clan, a tribe, a coven here who loves horror and loves this show. So spread the word, share the word.
Yes.
Miranda did see a lot of future visions from place visions. Maybe Miranda made the bracelet because she saw it in her vision. Yeah, that will clear up any type of parallel type of stuff. It's literally her gift, and she made one for her husband. And maybe it's important. Maybe she made it for Tabitha to find. It's so many crazy moving pieces. Absolutely, there. You don't have to like love horror to like the show. But it's so many moving pieces you don't know. And I love a good, psychic or prophet or whatever Tabitha is, or I mean, Miranda it was. And I like the fact that she's sort of helping with us understanding the story by proxy of Lois Lane.
Yeah. I agree. Lois Lane, she's an integral piece, to the pie.
Yeah, huge, larger than we thought because she's the new lady of the lake or whatever she's going to be to release the children. We know that. Hopefully, she doesn't have to die for it.
Hopefully, shit.
Henry has talked about Eloise. It's just that Tabitha is talking about St. Victor, so no scenes focus mainly on that.
Okay. It's my first time here. What's good from Aaliyah? The show is insane. I love it. What's going on, Beth? Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining the community, with me and Tamon, Scream Kings. Let's get it.
Welcome
Let's get
home.
it.
Welcome home.
From Ali. From Ali. They looked at the statue like it was a modern art exhibit and kept it walking and kept walking.
Like, oh, that's creative. Okay, sure.
That's facts. That's facts. I would have at least had some questions. At least had some apprehension a little bit.
Kenny's like, what y'all stopping for? Get your bags. He's sick of everybody.
That's what grief will do to you.
It will
do to you.
Good morning, Kenny. What the fuck's so good? You got your bags still? What's up? Kenny is snapping on everybody. I can understand season 1 is classic, but I'm geeked because I said Boy in White. Oh, Boy in White, not okay. Boy in White lured Tabby Cat to the lighthouse and Akui, yeah, kid's mission. So Henry saying Boy in White lured you to the tower was nice.
Okay, BIW, Boy in White.
Boy in White. Okay, thank you. We like that. Yes. BIW, Boy in White. I don't know. I think that this is just gaslighting everybody. Everything that's happening is just gaslighting the cast who are Tabitha thinks she's out of it, but she's not out of it because she started searching. But I do wonder what would have happened if she would have got to the tree. Is that the way back?
Listen, ever since they showed us that these creatures is smart, that they actually got some that they can work together and they got some sort of language. I've just been like, all right, it's that was enough for me. That was enough for me. That's at that point I was like, I can't trust anything. No. I can't trust anything.
Not at all. All right. Final thoughts about episode 3, Mousetrap.
Oh, episode 3. I felt like it was. I feel like it was a great episode. I feel like it gave me just enough to keep me interested. To keep me more than interested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about the potential chaos and bloodbath that we possibly could get this season, or the cliffhangers and things like that. I think that it gave me a little bit of what I needed again. It gave me Donna, and Boyd in a scene together again.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me Jade, in a compromising position, so that's always a great thing. And it also gave me more optimism for Ellis, and his character arc, which I'm excited for, so I couldn't have asked for more,
Yeah. All I got it's too damn short. This episode felt really short. I wanted more, but that's what you want. That's what you want to be left with after it. And I like how we're feeling different emotions after the first two. It didn't feel as heavy emotionally watching this episode. I felt like we had enough time to grieve, and now we're on to back to normal programming. And so I'm glad they gave us a brief reprieve from the pain that we just experienced. But this show is just damn near perfect, honestly. I don't really have any complaints about it besides normal fan shit of, wanting to know answers immediately and all those things. But other than that, this show is great. Let's see. In the comments, you guys are going in. Okay.
Yes. Episode 3 wasn't as good as the first 2, but it was still really good. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Fair.
Respectable. That's fair.
Yeah.
leave them wanting more.
That's right.
Yes. Yes, that's what it's about. Dale is the only one who made some sense. Scary Voodoo Tower priceless.
Yeah, he was, and he's probably not going to make it, but he made sense this episode. I feel like we don't like him, right? Didn't he do something that we don't like? Did he stab Ellis or?
Yeah, he did something. He did some wild shit.
He stabbed Ellis, right? Yeah, he still redeemed himself.
Mm-hmm. This is an awesome puzzle box show. The show introduces mysteries, and each mystery is a piece of the puzzle. All of the pieces connect, like the bracelet, the gooey kids, the trees moving, and so on. Yes, yes. And that's why I love shows like this, because I can sit and digest it myself or digest it with friends and spend hours and hours on theories and things like this, just figuring out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, yeah. It's building a really cool, I hate to use the word fandom because it has like sometimes negative connotations, but Frumily feels better, right? It's building like this community of people who are super invested in the show, the actors, the team behind it, and wanting, because we have been deprived of great television and movies and been getting such bullshit for such a long time. And every now and then something great makes it past the gate, and this is one of them.
Yes, yes, it was definitely top tier, definitely top tier. Yes, Frumily. Listen, get the Frumily merch. We need like Frumily merch. You know, somebody.
Okay, I like that. Let's work on that. If you're a t-shirt designer or create designs, reach out to us and we can work together to make Frumily merch.
MGM, cut the check. I wear it every day.
Yeah,
I wear it every day.
Yeah, MGM, don't hold back. Like it's fine. You can send us boxes. You can send us whatever you want. Press pass, come to set. You know, sure. Don't hold back. We love you too.
Yeah, you can send us an action figure of a tree. You know, I'll take that.
With bottles.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I've had so much fun tonight, and Ty, we are in for more treats, and I am so excited to go on this journey with you, brother.
Listen, man, it's always fun chopping up with you and the community. You know, whether we got people on cam or in the chat, you know, doing a damn thing, just getting the theories out and talking about this show. And just it's like watching this show and talking about it with you guys. It's like riding in like a car and it's packed with your friends. And you know, we got the map out and we're like, all right, take this, make a left, make this right. You know, we're drinking, we're having a good time. You know, we got food, everything is very chill, very fun. It's just this, it's a vibe, man. I love it.
Very cloudy.
Yes. Yes.
Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all the things. We need you guys to tell people, follow us here. Our stuff is in the bio as well. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back next week talking more about From. So have your cocktails. Okay, have your cocktails and everything that you need, and we will be back. I am Tamon Kane, and you can find me here on Scream Kings. You can find me on Geeking Out on Mondays, and yeah.
Yes, and I'm the Evil Tyrone, and you can find me on the Evil Tyrone on all social medias, and also on YouTube, Evil Live. You know, where I host a horror show with my lovely Lady Evil. You know, which we've had awesome guests on. You know, including the King himself. You know, Mr. Tamon Kane. You know. The Mr. Do It All, you know, Mr. Do It All,
Mr. Tired. Okay, I'm tired. Yes, sir. So tune in. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you later.
Yes. Subscribe to Scream Kings ASAP. Scream